Now, another thing psychiatrists and psychologists need to start looking into is stress-related mental illness. I know, right? Stress in the workplace or stress with a new girlfriend and stuff like that. And what that means, I know. Right. It's also a problem, right? Because, see, stress with churches that aren't teaching the whole Bible, and teach what they want you to believe, right? Whatever the problem with Sheena, that's part of the problem, right? The church I'm going out to is telling me that other churches are wrong, right? And what they believe in, right? So, they're trying to be the only ones that are saved type churches, right? Does your church teach that too, Sheena? You're the only ones going to heaven. That makes it a cult too, right? When men start doing that and not teaching you the whole Bible, they're lying. They're lying. So did I. So did I. And either you're reading the Bible correctly or you're privately interpreting, which means you're not able to deal with what it says. Why do you think the Bible is against the worship of graven images in your own likeness of male or female? Right? Because God's image ain't male or female. It's the spirit. Right? And if the woman was taken out of the man, right? Okay, and it means literally, right, by bone and flesh, right? That's beyond DNA, right? So that would be part of it too, right? If a true hermaphrodite is made from androgynous to male and female, you also have to take the XX DNA from the hermaphrodite and make the female in her own body, right? Apart from him, right? That's something you don't want to understand. That's something transgender people deal with so differently than you, right? They're closer to the truth, even in their transgenderality of wanting to be one with a female or like a woman, right? Or like a man, right? In that, again, right? We come from an androgynous image, right? That's not 100% wrong, right? But what is wrong, okay, is you're making them choose one way or the other how they feel at an early age, right? You're not letting them grow up in a comfortable world where they can express what they're going through, nor are you tolerant of that idea, right? So you're telling them either do it or not. Aren't you? Aren't you? Either have the surgery or not, right? Stuff like that. You're making them choose at a pre-adolescent age what they are in life, right? Though even Jeremiah is told by the Lord, before you were formed in the womb, whether you're transgendered or gay or straight or whatever, or bi or celibate or whatever, God knows you. God knows the decisions you make, whether they're good or evil. But who taught us good and evil? God or Satan? Satan. And what does he do by that? Gets you to judge yourself. Unto what? Condemnation, right? The law says a man shall not wear the same clothing as a woman, right? Nor shall a woman wear the same clothes as a man, right? Which does what to somebody? Make him feminine by wearing a woman's clothes? No, you're still a man. You're still a man. Even if you have a sex change, right? Your DNA will always be male. Even if you have boobs that look like a woman's and something that looks like a woman's opening or vagina or, dare I say, pussy, cat. Even, no. It's all about sex. Quit lying, fool. Even the celibate people are what? Avoiding sex. Avoiding sex. Because you can do it. Because you can do it. It's the whole point. Either you're avoiding sex, you're talking about sex, you're lying about sex, but it's all about sex. Yep. I'm not saying she's with me. I'm saying all I can do is fantasize about her, and that's all I would do, right? You get it? But no, I'm not with her. But no, you're not with her. Anyone would only be a fantasy if you're what? Not married. If you're not married. If you are married, it don't matter if I'm fantasizing about her as well. It's not a crime to fantasize about her, right? It's a crime to have what? Sex with her according to what? The Bible? You read? Mm-hmm. Because why would she want sex with me anyway? You're treating her wrong or something? Mm-hmm. So you think you can treat her wrong, but she still has to stay faithful to you. But if you cheat on her, that's okay with another woman. Mm-hmm. It's the point about Rachel and Leah anyway. Mm-hmm. Rachel let Leah have sex with Jacob on their wedding night, and up to that point, Rachel was in the spotlight until nightfall. But who did he have sex with first? Leah. When did the marriage conception occur? After the ceremony, right? So in that situation, Jacob did the ceremony, but got the wrong wife. But what could he do if he wanted Rachel still, right? Fulfill the week and have a bunch of children with Leah, whom he didn't want, and then Bilhah, and then the other handmaid, right? And then finally Rachel. 7 years later, by the way, too, I bet. Because he agreed to it. Because he agreed to it. As simple as that. And even with women, I'm making up stories based on the Bible with anyway, right? They're stories, right? Now, either the Bible literally happened or it didn't. I don't know, right? But even if it's real, and there's a real Jacob and a real Leah and a real Rachel and a real Bilhah, right? Whatever, right? A real Abraham or not, right? There's moral to most of the stories, right? But nobody's perfect either. That's also a morality detail. Mm-hmm. The moral of Jesus' story is that forgiveness is what resurrected him from the dead, not condemning those coming against him, right? I think Peter didn't get the answer, right? He wanted someone to rule over Israel and the world militarily, right? Though all he could manage to do is cut off the guard's ear. Right. And Jesus had to heal it. There on the spot. Mm-hmm. So I know my God's a healer. I know my God wants me to forgive the sinner their trespasses against me. Even if you don't. But that is what makes me the chosen one. I see the evil you're doing in the world. I'm choosing to forgive it. No. Why would she choose me? Because she knows I would be slow with her? Or am I too fat for her? Am I too disabled for her? How does she really see me though? How I see her? Or differently? That's the question. Or do I know better? Mm-hmm. Does she know better? Does she understand that all I'm saying is the only way she can be with me is if she takes a cab to my house in the middle of the night? Because I don't even know where she lives. She don't understand that. Yes, she does. And I didn't even stalk Kelly, right? To find out where she is. But who knows where who lives? They know where either. They know where I live. Why is that? I'm being stalked on YouTube for 15 years. Why hide your address when you know you're not trying to do nothing wrong? No. They seem to want you to do something wrong, and what you're doing wrong ain't that wrong. We're just trying to find a girlfriend. From the previous one, I guess, right? But if you come and go like the night between midnight and 4 in the morning, right? And you leave. And I wake up a couple times in the middle of the night, right? Between, say, 2 to 4 every 2 hours. Does that mean we're doing anything? Or does that mean I'm just waking up a couple times in the middle of the night? You got nothing. See what I mean? Right. But if you're in my house and I'm in mine, nothing's happening. Nothing's happening. That's true too, right? I don't have a problem if I'm not doing nothing. I don't have a problem if she wants to do something. Keyword, wants to do something. But if she don't have to either. See? What is the conclusion of the matter? Fear the Lord and do that which is good. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Here's a little passage. In Ecclesiastes 12, verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. Mm-hmm. For God shall bring every work into judgment with every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil. Mm-hmm. Now, like I said, if you're gay and you understand there's laws of consent, and that's what the real problem is, consent, right? Versus rape, right? Is the whole point to keeping the law, right? You too can keep the law. You too can be with one partner. You too can legally marry now. It's constitutional, right? But where do you get married anyway? The courthouse, right? All the church does is include the courthouse with its marriage fee. You're paying for the court costs and the ceremony, right? Whereas gay people, if you just go down to the courthouse, you only pay for the courthouse. You ain't got to pay an extra fee. You're really getting a better deal. But it's up to you. It's up to you. It's still the real legal marriage that the government acknowledges, right? Do you understand that too, right? It don't matter if the Catholic Church in Rome don't like it. Though I heard they're starting to look at in the civil unions, right? And accept those, right? Which, okay, thanks for those who feel that way. Like I said, relatives who may feel gay or straight. I don't know your orientation, but if you're single, you're single. If you're not, you're not. If you're married to a female and you're a female, that's cool too, right? Is the whole point about everything. And if you're a male and you're married to a male, right? But don't infringe on my right to wait for a female and marry one when I find one will marry me. That's all I'm saying, right? I found one. Maybe we were both in a difficult situation. Maybe we both took advantage of each other. But if you find one, hopefully you can find another, right? But why do you think I'm telling the girl, oh, you better not come down here to Georgia? Never went down to Georgia. She was looking for a soul to steal. She was in the back because she was way behind. She was willing to make a deal. The devil could be a she, not just a he. But she would have to. But I haven't seen her since she was full. She could show up in her car without ID, Daphne, and I have sex with her. Like she was some fan from YouTube. Did I? Like Molly Z? Like Molly Z. Is that daughter mine or her boyfriend? Or who is her boyfriend? Steven? Does she even have a boyfriend in y'all's world? In her world? I don't know. I ain't been around her since she was 4 anyway. And that was very brief, 1 to 4 nights. And I'm probably guessing more than remembering. Right? Anyway, what happened? No. But I'm still telling her, I married your mom, I divorced her, but I'm still not supposed to sleep with my wife's daughter, right? So with the Bible. Right? I'm showing her that. So am I trying to seduce her to sleep with me? Or I'm trying to say we can do it, but we're not supposed to, right? Okay. So when was the last time I saw her? When she was four. If she showed up from Texas, came to my house, right, which she could do, and came in here and had sex with me, I wouldn't even have to card her. I wouldn't even ask her name. I would know she was just a fan from YouTube, right? Right? No. I ain't saying she did that either, but that's what she would have to do. And I don't know she did that, right? Either. All I know is she would have to be in her 20s, though, to do all that. She can rent a car when she's 25, Daphne, right? She can fly a plane. If she wanted to. Jonathan did. But why would she? Why would she? That's what I mean, too. On the other hand, there's no reason for her to come to Georgia to have sex with me. Her boyfriend should be doing that. It's the whole point to the story. I know. And she should get legally married to him first then. Why wouldn't he marry her? Why wouldn't he marry her? Because I'm telling him I had sex with her? No. I'm telling him I molested her? No. I'm telling him I'm making up a story about what might could happen, but it didn't happen. Yeah. That's all I'm telling him. But it's going to get me in trouble either way. You done made the accusation, whoever made the accusation. Once the accusation is made, it don't matter if I did it or not. I either have to defend myself, and say, I don't know what you're talking about, I was asleep on the couch. She was in there with her mom, she would have to come in there and meet, right? Which is the only truth I can tell you there, whether I remember it or not, right? That's the truth, though. Right? If she's in there with her mom, the only way she can come in there to me is if she's doing so while going to the bathroom or came in there fully to do something with me, all right? And who would that be on? First the mom, then the girl. I'm not blaming her. I'm not blaming the mom. You are by saying if I was on the couch, she would even come in there to me. I know. Whoever's laying the accusation is saying my stepdaughter, and they know this happened, left her mother's side while she was asleep or even awake and was either trying to entrap me or snuck in there to me while her mom was asleep, right? And tried to wake me up somehow while going to the bathroom or something, right? Now, I'm saying is what I would have done that could be misconstrued. That's why I'm talking about potty trained. Well, when a child is being potty trained around that same age, right, one of the things you might can do is help her pee, right, by just pulling out her panties and she goes in there and pee, right? And when she comes back, you put them back on, right? Simple as that, right? And usually that would be enough, right? Now, it only gets weird if she stays in front of you a few seconds more, right? Even if it's 2 or 3, that's 2 or 3 seconds too long, right? For her to be in front of you. And half naked, right? So then your other option is to make sure she didn't already pee since her underwear. You didn't really check it, whether it was dry or not, right? So you check the girl's crotch area to see if she peed, right? But again, is this a crime? No, no. Am I not operating within my parental duties, right? If I help my sister potty train a little bit, or I'm around her when my mom's potty training her even, I know what that involves, right? You even use pull-ups sometimes, which are pull-up diapers, where if the child pees or not, you can even still change the diapers, but you can also learn to pull them down like her panties, right? Now, does this not sound like a responsible male who's aware of this, but telling you, well, wait a minute. First off, no one's accused me here but you. Second off, I don't know who you are. Who are you to accuse me? Where did I meet you? The only time I blacked out was on base at the fall. Did I fall? Did you attack me? Ain't that what you would think? Did someone on base attack me? About being in the gay Navy? You tell me. Because other than that, I wouldn't discuss that, whether it happened or not, with anyone. Nor would my ex-wife bring it up either. You don't usually talk about that kind of thing. Anyway. It would be dealt with that night anyway. And usually you would just bring her back to her mother either way. But we're elaborating on the subject, right? But still not doing nothing criminal. We're doing something parental. Now, the other thing is, if you do smell her, did she tinkle a little? Meaning she smelled a little bit, but not too bad, right? So then you're going to think, well, she's still laying there. The only other thing she could be going there for is she wants a bath or a shower, right? Well, you know she can't do that alone. She's only 4. So again, you undress over by the couch. You're doing 2 things, right? If that were to happen too. And we're making it up as we're going along, right? I admitted that too. You're going to go over there and give her some space, right? That's so if she, again, wants to get dressed herself or go pee or whatever, right? Whatever's going on, she still has the opportunity to do that. So then you undress, right? To see if she's comfortable with you without any clothes on. Right? And I'm making it up like you might could do it yourself, right? Putting you in a right frame of mind. Not a wrong frame of mind. Then you do another thing. You walk back and forth around the couch once, right? Why? You're again seeing if she's comfortable with you naked, right? Now, this is something I can put myself at the scene, right? I'm picturing the scene here, right? Because I remember the setup of the apartment and everything, right? So I'm walking back and forth, but I don't touch myself and also don't get on top of the girl as if I'm trying to have sex with her, right? Because I'm a 24-year-old male and she's 4. Then when I get back, I decide, well, it's a little late. If I take a shower with her, it might wake up Daphne. So it's better to get dressed, dress her, ask her who showed her that. Because, see, that's a lot to do with a child. That is a lot to do with a child. And you better ask her who showed her that. If she did all that. Because I'm guessing. Not what I could have done, but what someone coached her could have done. Right. What's the difference, right? See, they too are trying to guess what I would do with the child if she were really alone with me, which she was not, right? But they also know I'm not done. Don't they? Don't they? But they're insistent they know I did something with it, right? Which either brings Daphne into it, who's the one actually there, using a mirror, like I did. Which again sounds what? A bit obsessive, right? A bit crazy, right? Because she still couldn't prove I did anything with all that either. See what I mean? Right. If it appeared like I licked her, she's got the mirror, which obscures her view whether I touched her or not, right? And all you have to do to not touch it is be that far away. Between the fingertips. And you didn't touch it. You're just smelling it, right? So, what would you do then? Stick out your tongue, right? You're doing that to entertain the child while you're smelling her vagina area, right? But you what? Don't touch it. You don't touch it. Not even with your nose or your tongue. Right? And you just quickly come back up as fast as you can, right? Without touching it either. Right? So after that, though, if she answers and says, Grandma, which you're still guessing because someone knows you did it with her, but how do they know? Did you talk about it on base? Or was it someone like Salvador, her biological dad, who also had her for 4 days? Or did his girlfriend, who's supposed to be watching her during the day, have a lover on the side and he do it with her? Right? I don't know. Right? But whoever it is, the only time it could be talked about or discussed is when I was locked out the room. Right? After I was trying to get into the window, if I got back on the roof, I know, or had to jump from the window ledge, or had to scale down another story and then jump from there, right? Which is why I told you I was training in martial arts and ninjutsu, right? So you gotta help me figure out what this person is talking about, because I don't know.